Hello, ghosts, ghouls, and goblins. My name is Tibius Guyan, and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. Now, I left off last time saying that I needed to go grind a little bit in order to grab some specific items through stealing, and I've done so, and I've managed not to level up more than once, which is nice. And the items that I was looking for specifically, first of all, I was looking for the Ghost Hand item, which is a fairly useful little item because it allows you to absorb MP from an opponent target, which can be very helpful in, like, topping up on MP in the middle of a fight if you're, like, all of a sudden low on stuff. Also, just because I kind of like it. But the thing I was mostly looking for was this, Ether, which you can steal from a certain enemy that shows up in this area of the game, and you can't steal from... I don't think there's any enemies for a good long while that you can steal them from, because I can use those for selling and getting myself a little bit of money, which I'm going to need because I also managed to find an enemy called the Eligor, which is a fairly rare enemy, from whom you can steal a weapon called the Striking Rod, which doubles Aerith's attack stat and puts her well ahead of both Tifa and Cloud, even though she has substantially less strength. But most importantly, it has 4 materia slots, which is very good, because it means I can go and buy a bunch of materia and give Aerith, like, a full complement of spells a little bit later on. The Striking Rod is going to be a fairly powerful weapon for a good long while for her. And it means I can put her in the front row now, because she can actually do some damage. With all of that farting around done, though, we do have a plate to prevent from being dropped on the heads of innocent people, so let's get going on that, actually. So these are the enemies that you can steal the ether from, as you see there. And I'm going to attempt to do it over the course of this fight. I'm just going to let Aerith and Tifa wail on them in the meantime. As you can see, she does more damage than Tifa now. Because it's worth getting as many ethers as possible right now. At this point in the game, they sell for quite a lot of money, actually. I have, over the course of that little bit of grinding, managed to learn a couple of secondary limit breaks, specifically Curse Slash for Cloud and Somersault for Tifa, which is lovely. Nice, got both of them. So this, what I talked about last time, this little arrow system that helps you keep track of your character, it was created for areas like this, where it's not entirely clear what's a ladder and what's not, and like what you can walk on and what you can't. Fortunately, I already know the way through this area, so I don't really need it. But later on in the game, like once we get to discs 2 and 3, like those particular areas, yeah, I'm gonna run into a situation where I'm gonna need to use those arrows, because some of those areas are a little bit obtuse. Let's see, if I remember right, it's this. And then... A, you're gonna get to see Tifa's new limit break, I hope. So there's a trick you can do with slot machines like this, where you can spam square in order to slow it down enough that you can sort of catch the rhythm. But it doesn't always work, because you have to be really quick on your hands to make it work. So don't get to see the somersault this time. That particular trick, by the way, mostly comes in handy at a later point in the game, during an event at the... Well, I'm not going to spoil it, but during a later event of the game, you can use that same trick to slow down another slot machine, so that it's a little bit easier to make it land on stuff that's not too catastrophic for you. But we'll take a look at that once we actually get there. So the puzzle here is moving the trains in the right order so that you can jump over here and run over there and finally climb down over here. And the reason I'm not exploring the area very much is that I've already looted it. Like, I did that when I was grinding for pickups. Grinding for ethers. I heard a rumor that the plate is going to be brought down, but I worked at this station for years. I can't bear to leave. How heartless. Why would anyone... I'll just have to hope it's not true. We made it! The tower's still standing! Wait, above. You hear that? Gunfire. You alright? Wedge? He just fell from the tower, man. He's dead. Well, almost dead.
You remembered my name? Barret is up there fighting. Go help him. Cloud, sorry about this.
I'm going up. Aerith, take care of Wedge. Aerith, I need a favor. My bar, the Seventh Heaven, is nearby. There's a little girl called Marlene there. Don't worry, I'll take her somewhere safe. It's dangerous here. We have to get away from the tower. We have to get out of Sector 7. And nobody listens. Don't worry, I'll handle this. Look, this is my job, so I have to be here until the very last second. Oh, I just love men with a sense of duty. I'm gonna stay right here by your side. That's a terrible decision. No, is the tower coming down? This is all too much. Do you need anything? I do. I need to sell ethers. I'll sell 15 of them. That should do. Grab some potions. A couple of tents. And 10 grenades. This is the final straw. I'm done. I never thought it'd come to this. It's not what I signed up for. I'm quitting first thing tomorrow. You have to do something. My special little place. Gonna save. There's a boss fight up there. Not that it's an especially hard one, but still. Cloud, you still don't care what happens to the planet? You're wounded. Thanks, Cloud. I'll be okay, but Barret's fighting up top. Go help him. You'll be okay, huh? Ooh, I'm gonna need to equip Aerith's materia. These guys are so annoying. That's why they're so annoying. They have a huge dodge chance so long as they're flying. And sometimes you go like 4 or 5 hits without actually hitting them, and it's incredibly annoying. You can hit them with magic, of course, but it's a waste of mana. The encounter rate is so high, I forgot to equip the materia again. Thank God there's only one of them this time. Oh my God, stop! Okay. Yes, nice. So, I should explain limit breaks, by the way, how they work in this game. This is actually, by the way, the first game where the limit break or the desperation attack becomes an official mechanic. Or rather, an active mechanic in the way that it is, which is something like, because in Final Fantasy VI, which we played all the way through previously, we never once saw a limit break. We never once saw the desperation attacks, which is what they're called, which only happen when a character is very low on health, and they use their basic attack, and then it's only triggered randomly at random times. So it's something that you can go through an entire playthrough without ever seeing if you're even a little bit fastidious about keeping your character's health up. But in this game, it becomes an official mechanic. You can see there's 4 levels of limit break. Level 1, 2, and 3 you will learn naturally over the course of a playthrough. Level 4, you have to find a special item that grants you access to it out in the world. Those can be really freaking hard to find. So, depending on the level, your limit break gauge goes up slower and slower and slower. So you can get level 1 limit breaks pretty often, level 2 a little bit less, and so on. And you can set which level of limit breaks you want to use, specifically. Now, with Cloud, if I set it to level 2, I can't use the level 1 limit breaks. But with Tifa, once I get level 2 limit breaks, I can set it to like level 2, 3, and 4, and I can still use like the slot machine will still show up for Palm Rush and Somersault, along with the abilities that she learns along the way for the rest of them. So by the end of the game, Tifa has some incredibly, just stupidly powerful limit breaks if you can hit all of the slot machines correctly, that is. What else is there to know about limit breaks? There was something else. Oh, right. You learn limit breaks within each level. Like, I was in level 1, I only had Palm Rush, and then you learn the other one by using your first limit break a lot. So I used Palm Rush a lot, and then she gets Somersault. Now, I learned the second level of limit breaks by killing a certain number of enemies, like by dealing the final blow to a certain number of enemies. Which, again, is something that's pretty opaque and sort of... at least in the original translation, it was very poorly explained.
Oh, Cloud, I'm glad we could talk. I could talk with you one last time.
Don't say last.
It's okay. It's okay. Because of our actions, many people died. We're getting what we deserve.
Yeah, Jesse is wounded and dying. Tifa, Cloud, you're here. Watch out, the bastards have a chopper.
Better store our equipment before they attack in full force.
Indeed. Yeah, I think that's about right.
Here they come!
Hello, Reno. You're too late. Yeah, once I push this button. That's all, folks. Mission accomplished.
We have to disarm it. Cloud, Barret, do something.
I can't allow that. Nobody messes with Reno and the Turks. He's more of an annoying boss than a difficult one, but still. Yeah. And that is why he's annoying. The pyramid basically disables a character until you break it, which is what makes him so annoying to deal with. He's also got another attack that inflicts a status change that's really annoying as well. And he can do that kind of damage. Yeah, not much point to thunder, is there? Oh, god damn it. Ba-ba-da-ba. So there's not a lot of excitement to early Final Fantasy boss fights, because you don't really have that many attack options available to you. You can just do basic attacks and magic, and that's pretty much it. Which is where we see Square start to add these little flexes, these little... okay, so let's have a boss who can do a special thing, like who can cause, like, throw pyramids on you, or who has a certain, like, you can boss gimmicks or something that start to be really introduced. Looks like it's time, eh? Bye.
Cloud, I don't know how to stop it. You try.
This isn't any old bomb. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a Dracula accent, because that's kind of dickhead he is. You'll have a hard time disarming that one. It'll blow in the second some silly fool tries to touch it.
Please, you have to stop it.
The emergency plate release system cannot be cancelled without a decision from Shinra's executive board. Shut your hole! Be more careful. You might injure a special guest.
Aerith!
Oh, you know her? How nice that you could see each other one last time. You should thank me.
What are you going to do with Aerith?
Who knows? The Turks were ordered to find and capture the last remaining ancient. It's taken us a while, I can tell you. But now we can finally report this to the president.
Tifa, she's alright. The girl's alright. Aerith! Hurry and escape!
Well, it is almost time. Think you can make it? Oh, well, that's bad. That's definitely on the list of things that are not good.
Once the plate starts falling, we'll have no chance. We've got to hurry.
Yo, we can use this cable. But Final Fantasy isn't a political game. It's just a hyper-capitalist technocrat who murders an entire quarter of a town for PR purposes to get back at a small group of people who resisted his influence and power. Not a political game, though. At all. Why would anyone think that? I don't know. Marlene! 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 Bix! Wedge! Jesse! Damn it. God damn it. God damn it. What the hell's it all for?
Hey, Barret. Barret. Hey. Barret, that's enough. Barret, please.
Damn. Marlene.
Barret? Marlene's... I think she's safe. Aerith said the girl's all right. She must have been talking about Marlene.
You sure?
But...
Biggs, Wedge, Jesse.
all three of them were at the tower.
You think I don't know that? But still, they fought beside us as comrades. I don't want to think of them as being dead.
And the people of Sector 7.
Yeah, it's all screwed up. They destroyed an entire sector just to get at us. How many have died?
Is this our fault? Because Avalanche, innocent people died?
No, Tifa. It don't matter which way you cut it. The damn Shinra did this. Those dirty crooks are sucking the life out of our planet. All for power and to line their goddamn pockets with gold. Unless we take them out, they're gonna kill the planet. Our fight ain't never gonna be over until we get rid of them.
I don't understand.
You don't understand? What's there to understand?
No, not that. I don't understand my own feelings.
And what about you? Hey! Where the hell does he think he's going?
Oh, Aerith!
Oh, girl. What's her story anyway?
I don't really know myself, but she's the one I left Marlene with.
Marlene! Tifa, there ain't no turning back now. There sure as hell isn't, no. Oh, right, I can't go back yet. Oh, god damn it. Really? Fine. I do like... I've always loved the enemy design in Final Fantasy VII. Hell House. It's a house that seems to be possessed by some sort of demon. It's like a house that's attacking you, and which does a hell of a lot of damage when you only got one party member. Ah, thank God. Paralysis worked. Cloud. Take me to Marlene.
You're gonna help Aerith, right?
Yeah, but before that, there's something I need to know.
What?
The Ancients. Not gonna read that one out just yet, because I'm not sure of the voice. Sephiroth.
Are you alright?
Pull yourself together, man. But we're just gonna go back because we need that. There's an extremely limited quantity of those materia, so worth going back for. Might actually be worth heading this way. Yes, because we can do some shopping. I do believe the shop up here should be open now. We can also just come back and do that later, but yeah. There we go. Full complement of materia. Ice lightning. Okay, I can. There we go. Nice. Okay, we'll come back here later. Just wanted to get that materia finally. But yeah, it's... the storytelling is pretty unsubtle here, like in the sense that you come here with Aerith earlier on in the game, right? And it's this innocent little playground in the middle of the slums with this, like, excruciatingly adorable playset and the swings and everything. And then here is what Shinra does to it whenever it becomes convenient. They crush good things. Because it's profitable and useful for them to do so. And I will never stop dunking on idiots who like, oh, games shouldn't be political, they should just be escapist fantasy. Like, fuck you if you don't think a political game can be an escapist fantasy. Like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about then. But yeah, this game is very good at avoiding power creep. Like, that's something that a number of Final Fantasy games have had some trouble with, like where the damage numbers, if you play even a little bit smart, you can pump up your damage numbers so quickly. I'm fine for that. I never thought something like that could ever come crashing down. I think from now on I'll be looking up as I walk. Let's see, am I okay for the rest of this? Yes. You finally think you're making a life for yourself in the pits of Midgar, and then that hooch thing collapses. Oh, but what can we do about it? Nothing. First there was rumbling, and then a crackling, and then kaboom! I was so scared. I can't remember if the weapon store has anything new. Nope. And here we get Aerith's theme. Fully. Finally.
Cloud, wasn't it? You're here about Aerith.
I'm sorry. Shinra hath her.
I know. They came for her.
Here?
She wanted it that way.
Why are they after her?
Aerith is an ancient. Shinra say. She's the sole survivor.
What do you mean? Aren't you her mother?
Not her real mother, no. It must have been, 15 years ago. During the war. My husband was sent to the front. Some faraway place called Wutai.
Remember that name, it's going to come up later.
One day, I went to the station because I received a letter saying he was coming home on leave.
By the way, you see those two kids in the background there? That's, it's Jesse and, Biggs.
My husband never came back. I wondered if something had happened to him, but I told myself that his leave must have been cancelled. I went to the station every day, then... You used to see that sort of thing a lot during the war. Take Aerith somewhere safe. Those were her only words to me. Then she died. My husband hadn't returned. I had no children. I was a little lonely too. So I decided to take Aerith home with me. Aerith and I bonded very quickly. That child loved to talk. She talked to me about everything. She told me about how she'd escaped from some kind of research laboratory with her mother. How her mother had already returned to the planet so she didn't feel lonely, and many other things.
Return to the planet?
I didn't understand. I asked if she meant somewhere in the sky, but she said that no, it was this planet. She was a mysterious child in many ways. Mom? Please don't cry. Aerith just blurted that out all of a sudden, so I asked her if something had happened. Someone dear to you has just died. He wanted to see you, but he's already returned to the planet. At the time, I didn't believe her. But several days later, I received notice that my husband had died in action. And that's how it was. It wasn't perfect, but we were happy. Until one day...
They want Aerith back. We've been searching a long time.
No, never!
Aerith, you're a very special child. You're of special blood. Your real mother was an ancient.
Of course, I asked him what an ancient was.
The ancients will lead us to a land of supreme happiness. Aerith will be able to bring happiness to all those in these wretched slums. That is why we at the Shinra Company desire her cooperation.
He's wrong. I'm not an ancient. I'm not.
But Aerith, surely you hear voices when you're all alone.
I don't. But I knew. I knew of her mysterious talent. She tried so hard to hide it, and I acted as though I didn't notice. It's amazing that she's escaped Shinra all these years. They need her help, so I doubt they'll harm her. What happened this time? She brought a little girl back with her. Seng found them on their way here. She didn't have a chance. Aerith decided to go with Shinra in exchange for the girl's safety. Marlene. Marlene! Aerith was captured because of Marlene? Sorry. Marlene's my daughter. I'm really sorry. You're her father. How in the world can you neglect your child like this? Please don't start with that. I've thought about it plenty. If I died, Marlene... I don't have no answer. I want to be with Marlene always, but I gotta fight. Because if I don't, the planet will die. So yeah, I'm gonna fight. But inside, I'm worried about her. I want to be with her always. See? I'm going in circles. Well, it's not like I don't understand. Anyway, she's upstairs sleeping. Go and see her. It's all my fault. I was the one who got Aerith involved in this. Don't think that. Aerith doesn't. Marlene, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're all right. Daddy, don't cry. Hey, your beard hurts. Cloud, you gonna go help Aerith? She's done so much for me. If it's Shinra we're up against, I ain't staying here quiet. I'm coming too. Guess what? Aerith asked me lots of questions like, what do you think of Cloud? I bet she really likes you. I wouldn't know. Dummy. You're going after Aerith, aren't you? Yeah. I'm coming with you. We're going right into Shinra's headquarters. You have to be prepared for the worst. I know. Right now, I'm ready to push myself to the limit. If I sat here doing nothing, I'd go crazy. Sorry, but can you take care of Marlene a little bit longer? Yes, I don't mind. It's dangerous here now. I think you should move someplace else. You're right, but promise me you'll make it back. Don't go getting yourself killed. How do we get to the Shinra building? There ain't no train that goes up there anymore. Well, let's go to Wall Market. Maybe we'll find something there. Indeed we will. One thing I feel like this game does very well, is portraying the characters with emotionality, which is something like shouldn't be a big deal, and yet there are so many games where, especially RPGs, where characters are portrayed more in terms of like traits. Like, oh, this character has this trait. They're the badass, for example, or they're the one who makes jokes, or they're like. And oftentimes, what I feel like is lacking in a lot of RPG protagonists is emotionality. Like, where you get a sense of what kinds of feelings are driving them, not just what kinds of character traits are driving them. Like, where. And it's a little bit esoteric to say, but something I do feel Final Fantasy VII manages really well is to give every single character, like,
a convincing semblance of an interior life, like that they have some emotional complexity beyond just their personality traits. Which indeed is going to be incredibly important at one point, especially with Cloud over the course of the game. His emotionality and his internal life is pretty freaking key to the whole game. Bum 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 bum. The encounter rate is so high in this area. I don't know why. Damn it. I keep... if you don't have to go for the yeah. Like, you can just go for the hit, but the yeah does double damage, so I keep going for it, but it's a little bit risky because that's also a really easy way to miss on your limit breaks. Alright, time to storm the Shinra headquarters. Assuming we make it by the end of this video. We might not. Actually, let's do that. Let's just have the rest. See, I don't remember. There aren't any items here, right? No. But again, look at these gorgeous interiors. Like, a lot of care and attention. These interiors are all 3D rendered, by the way. Like, they were all rendered in 3D, and then turned into static 2D images, and then, you know, characters run around on them. Which is already pretty impressive all on its own. But, like, take a look at how much care and attention was put into giving these environments personality. Like, look at all the little incidental details, the little things where you can see a person has, like, tried to make it look interesting, or, like, those crooked pipes, like, we're underneath right now, stuff like that. There's so much personality in Final Fantasy VII's environments, and especially in its towns. Which, again, is something that, like, in a game like Final Fantasy XII, especially, just was kind of missing from the environments, and it kind of has been missing from the environments because the focus eventually shifted to making the environments look high fidelity, like giving them lots, like making them really high quality, rather than making them interesting. Which I always thought was a pity. You're going up the plate as well? And you'll need these batteries. You're selling stuff you just picked up outside? I know about that, huh? Well, it's all been repaired, so it's cool. Why do I need batteries to climb up the plate? You'll find out on the way up there. I'll sell you all 3, yeah? What do you say to 300 gil? All right, then. Let's have them. And indeed, I will need those. Want to see something awesome? Follow me.
Everyone climbed this and went above. Must have had guts. Is it safe? Yeah, it leads to the world above.
All right, we're gonna climb this cable. That's just plain stupid. You know this goes up hundreds of meters? It can be done. There, what's that look like? Just a regular cable. Yeah? Well, to me it looks like a golden shiny wire of hope.
You're right. If we're gonna save Aerith, this is our only option.
I didn't quite get your analogy, Barret, but I understand how you feel. Let's go. I have to wonder, how did someone paint graffiti that large, that far up on the wall? Like, just impressive stuff, honestly.
Wow, what a mess. Scary, huh? Dad told me it's Shinra's doing. Right. Here. And then down, and then under. Very long little cutscene-ish or thing to... Oh, right. No, I have to do it from below here. This area is kind of tricky to navigate with a D-pad. And then there's the shit. Looks like I'll have to jump onto that. I should make it if I jump before it's in front of me. Damn it. It's because the timing on that thing is... It's a bitch and a half, let me tell you. There we go. Frickin' finally. So there's an item you can get over there if you bother to go and get it. You have to do a bunch of things to make it happen, and it's really just way too annoying to be worth it for me, so I'm not going to bother. Here comes the iconic shot. That's the shot, basically, that they rendered fully out in 3D and put on the cover of the game. Hey, you want to know about this building? No, I don't. Come to think of it, this is the first time I've been to the headquarters. Well, I've heard a few things. Check this out. The floors above the 60th are special. Not even the guys who work here can get to them easy. I reckon that's where they're taking Aerith. No one's expecting us, so let's get in there. Now hang on, you can't just go marching in through the front door. Of course I can. I'm gonna kick some Shinra butt and... That's insane. We've got to find another way. Ain't gonna be no other way. If we keep wasting time like this, Aerith will... I know that, but if we get caught here, Cloud, what do you think? We'll sneak in somehow. See, let's be careful and find a better way in. Which I'm saying only because it gives me more affection points with Tifa, so there's more of a chance that she'll go on a date with me at some point in the game. And I think this is a decent place to cut it off before we do our assault on the Shinra Tower. So again, slightly shorter video than usual, but I'm okay with that, so you'll have to be as well. If you have enjoyed hanging out in the world of Final Fantasy VII with me, please feel free to hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons and all the other buttons that make numbers go up so YouTube channels get to stay alive, and I would greatly appreciate it. I also have a Patreon, I have a tip jar, and I have a merchandise store. If you want to avail yourself of those, I would be grateful indeed. Whatever else may be the case, thank you very much for watching, and come back next time for the assault on Shinra headquarters.